Idea around optimisation, amongst other things, is looking at the shaft boring road headers, which are the big machines that can fit the shafts. We think we could potentially get up to 4 metres a day advance rates, but that will need some enhancements and some to the machines themselves, so that needs to be engineered through properly. And also, obviously, the strategic review involves looking at what our options are in terms of alternative financing structure, and also looking at a strategic partner. So by that we mean essentially another company becoming involved. So we are looking at that at the moment, so be that another mining company, fertiliser company, sovereign wealth fund, etc. Given that we've spent £1.4 million where we are now, and we've made really good progress, given the value of the project once it's operational, we're confident that we'll find a way through it and that we'll come up with that alternative plan. But you know, there's no getting away from it. It's uncertain times, and it's been weighing for many people.
Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty bleak news for Whitby that you just delivered, to be honest. You know, already 300 jobs have gone. You know, no doubt that will be certain people in Whitby, and further redundancies. It's kind of like there doesn't seem to be any real vision. Now, clearly, Brexit has had an impact on your ambitions and plans and what you've said. And there is a certain amount of Brexit fallout here, you know, which I appreciate. And slowing the pace of construction, which is your phrase, not mine, is not something we'd like to hear. And the redundancies that are already occurred by 300, which is getting on to 25%. Of your workforce have gone, and no doubt some of those Whitby people that I represent.
Sorry, is there a question there?
Yeah, the question is,
right,
I have to make the comment before I can make the question, right? The question is, what do you honestly believe that this is actually going to continue to happen? Or is it just that it won't happen at all, or will the pace slow down? It's been all over the media anyway, as you said, you know, about this particular problem. Is it just going to slow down? Is it on its last leg? That's the question.
Right, to address the first point, if we carried on at the same pace of construction, we'd have run out of money very shortly and we'd go to administration and that's it. So the most prudent thing that we can do to retain as much value as possible in the project and be able to take the project forward is to give ourselves some breathing space, and that's what that 6 months does. That's making the best use of the resources that we've got available, and obviously that means reducing the pace of the project. Given the value of the project in terms of the market for the polyhalite that's there that we've established, yes, there's a lot of capital outlay up front, but it's a very robust business case, and that's why we're confident that the project will go ahead.
Thanks. Councillor Hampton.
Yes, as a mining company that have been there decades, shouldn't the investment market be looking at the decade-long outlook rather than being scared off by things at the week or month-long outlook?
Given, coming back to something that I said when I was going through it, because basically we're a startup business, so we're a single asset company without a big balance sheet behind us. So if we'd have had a big balance sheet behind us, which is effectively we ask the government to guarantee the issuing of some of those bonds towards the back end, we'd have been able to raise the finance. So if we had had a big brother, if you like, we're confident that the finance is there. But given we're a new issue of bonds, we're a single asset company and the uncertainties in the market, that's why we are where we are.
I'm sure that the company is doing everything in their power to secure that financial support that they require. Just to keep it brief, as you've already alluded to, there's been 300 redundancies. I presume that should the company turn around in the very, very near future, in less than the 6 months you've given yourself, those men, if they haven't got other employment, alternative employment, would you take them back on?
Well, pretty much all of those 300...
It could be men.
It could be, indeed. Well, all of those 300 are for our construction contractors because of us turning off elements of work. So if we turn those bits of work, those elements of work back on, then the jobs will be there. So whether it's actually that same people, I can't guarantee that.
Okay.
Councillor White. Hello, I just wondered, are the apprentices safe?
Yes.
They're all safe?
Yes.
Well,
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Councillor Cobbler. Just a quick question. Is it right there's only 5 places in the world that have 4 years?
Is it right there's only...
Only 5 places in the world?
So, there's only one mine in the world producing polyhalite at the moment, and that's Whitby. There are a couple of other resources of polyhalite, but none that have gone into development yet. So Whitby's mining it, and essentially we're mining the same resource as Whitby, but further south.
Thank you very much, Matt. Item number 4, participation. The Chairman finds council for 15 minutes to allow members of the public to express this next statement or big evidence about business items on the agenda and limited experience person.
First item, I'd just like to thank Councillor Barnett for the amendment which is proposed tonight. That's great. It's happened to a lot of meetings, as you know, and I'm passionate about Whitby, so it's good that there's going to be some response, because I feel at times the council treats the audience, if there's anybody else here, with contempt. And I must admit, and I speak from the heart at times, and I speak how I feel. There's still elements on this council that do not want a public here, but we won't go into that. I'm glad Matt's turned up. Matt's known me from previous occasions when I campaigned for Sirius, going back 6-7 years ago probably, going to Sneaton Castle meetings here, neighbour and all. I was passionate about Sirius coming to Whitby. Sometimes now I wonder if I was right in that direction, what's happened. I feel passionate about what was going to happen, potentially Klondike gold rush in Whitby as such. Now I wonder what's going to happen. And what I feel for is, I've bought some shares, but like I've bought shares and sold shares in the past, and I put a stake on with the idea I can lose that. But I know a lot of people in Whitby have put small amounts on big amounts. There's a lot of people in Whitby going to suffer if this company goes into administration, because from experience in the past and reading articles, what could happen is potentially Sirius goes into administration, it's then bought up by somebody, and potentially the shareholders have lost a lot. So that's my worry about it. And for the council here, Whitby Town Council, I would like to see it show some support for Sirius and possibly write a letter in support to Robert Goodwill to badger the government to show some support for Sirius. Because it seems to be, we've had occasions in the past where if it's a bank, let's bail the banks out. I've worked in industry most of my life, and I've seen a lack of support from industry in both Labour governments and Conservative governments. And we talk about the powerhouse of the North. Well, sorry, what is the powerhouse of the North? You know, we need some support for Sirius. So I think the Town Council should write a letter in support of Sirius to Robert Goodwill to badger for some government support to try and save this project, because there's an awful lot of jobs at stake, there's an awful lot of people's money. There's people put the pension funds in, I always say believe or allegedly, into this, and I've even heard stories about people mortgaging their houses. So please try and show some support for Sirius and badger Robert Goodwill to badger the government to try and change policy. Any response?
I'm sorry, we can't actually respond this evening because the policy has
Well,
changed.
that's basically then, isn't it? I try and get people to attend this town council meeting. I beg people in the town to come to the meeting. And you know something? People will not attend town council meetings because of the attitude from the council members. I've felt the attitude tonight. There's certain people here who do not want the public here. That's why I get angry.
We can't respond council because the policy's been changed.
Yeah,
sorry.
We can't say anything until the policy has gone to finance policy and general purposes for the change. We can't respond this evening,
Okay.
but it's got to go to the
I
finance.
wish you well with that.
Well, that's why nobody turns up, isn't it? You treat people with contempt and that's what it is. Thank you very much.
Any members of the public wish to speak?
Right, so we need to get standing orders. What I was going to ask, once standing orders are reinstated, is if any councillors would like to put that on the agenda for next week, next month's meeting, they're more than welcome to do that now, with somebody discussed and the letter could possibly be sent.
Might be a bit late.
What?
But-
Oh, finance, we've got finance, that could go on. Yeah, finance committee. Put in Mr Dixon's comments about writing a letter to Robert Goodwill with regards to talking through.
Why can't full council do it?
Because it's not, it possibly would be too late. So we can put it on to finance. Would you like it to go on to finance, Councillor Barnett?
Sorry?
Would you like that item that we write a letter to Robert Goodwill?
I'm just asking for a little bit of clarification here, because obviously, I'm just trying to get to know the rules here, and obviously I'm forwarding file of them often, with the motion that we just passed, right, what happens to that now?
So that motion
I thought that full council was the sovereign.
it's basically, the motion was to change the policy.
Yeah.
So until the policy goes to finance policy and general purposes, that committee, for them to change the policy, and then the policy comes back to full council for adoption, then we can then make.
Yeah. Can you give me some sort of timescale on all this?
Within the month, won't it? It goes on to finance policy and general purposes.
Yeah. So it might well get kicked back.
No, it can't get kicked back.
It's just to change the policy, you put the policy in place.
So they just ratify it.
No, it's got, the motion's got to be offered on the policy.
All right, okay. So next full council, this will be policy.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, okay. Right, so
Councillor Knox.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. He's walked off and he's not in the best of humours, and I can quite understand it. But the object of raising my hand was not to ask a question of him, but to make a proposal to you that we take note of what he said. It's a very serious issue, and pass a resolution today to write to Robert Goodwill. Like Councillor Barney, I can't understand why we can't do that. It is an urgent matter, and I think we should be allowed to do that on the basis of what he said. Otherwise, he said, what's the point of him getting up on his back legs and making the comment if we can't take direct action on what he says through you?
The only way we can actually, we cannot make that motion this evening if it's not an agenda item. So the options are, it goes to Finance Policy and General Purposes Committee on the 15th of October for a decision to be made then, or we call an extraordinary meeting just to discuss that one item of writing the letter. Councillor Wilson.
I'd just like to point out that the government failed to support Tartar Steel, they failed to support Thomas Cook. I think it'd be a waste of ink writing problems, wouldn't it?
They supported BlackRock and that West and all the rest of them.
Councillor Haskell, sorry, you did have your hand up.
For Councillor Barnett's clarification, full council can't change the operating procedures of the council meeting that it is sitting in. It can only change the procedures of a future meeting.
So, Councillor Barnett.
I agree entirely with Councillor Knott, but it just sort of said that, basically, we've got this very important issue and a lot of people are being put in, sort of relative poverty, because the borough is one of the low-paid capitals of Britain.
I think we've kind of gone off the point.
Yeah,
what we need,
what we need to
make a decision on whether we want this letter to go on to either the finance agenda or the next full council meeting.
If that's all this needs, I'll propose that.
Finance.
I'll second it.
Yeah. So that item agenda will go on to the finance meeting. All in favour? Again. Abstentions? No. So that will go on to the agenda for the next month. Right, item number 6, mayor's report. We've all received the vote. Councillor Denison, Councillor Wilson, all in favour of receiving the mayor's report. Item number 6A, letter sent by council for information only, minutes of the meeting, meetings. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
I will do on declaration of interest, because we've got to skip through. Declared interest on 6B and 7B, so which are the rooms to global and the minutes.
Yes, sorry. So, all in favour of receiving the minutes? Sorry.
That's just acknowledging
Right, item B, minutes of Whitby meeting held on the 14th of August. Can we have a proposal and second that we received? Councillor Ashton and Councillor Dalwyn Paul. All in favour? Item 7A, proposed measure of the three North Yorkshire Clinical Commissioning Groups. Councillor Coleman, Councillor Denison, all in favour of receiving that information?
I'm not responding to that.
Do we, if it needs,
He's asking for a response.
please consider.
You want to respond to the issue, don't you? Then you can respond to
an organisation. Do you want to discuss the response?
Well, would it be best to refer it to the relevant committee for response?
The whole council, position, problems on. No, sorry.
Right, okay. Item number 1, obviously, on behalf of an organisation. Number 2, which CCC locality are you? Pardon? Sorry. Item 3, what benefits could you see from a single CCG for North Yorkshire efficiency savings, no postcode lottery? Has anybody else got any comments to make on that one? Yes, Councillor Wild?
I just want to ask what the benefits will be for Whitby when these CCGs actually come together. I think it is moving us further away from the services that we need. We need somebody to tell us this. I was at a public meeting in Northampton for the AGM, and I was talking about when the amalgamation of 3 CCGs. And it just, from my layman's perspective, it just looked to me that we were being pushed further away from services and what really requires from a CCG. So I think it's question 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Councillor Barnett?
These questions are all the same bag, that in fact, our mental health services are very poor. If any of you have a stroke, keep going, you bugger. Tonight, then you won't get stroke care in Scarborough. What we need is a consolidated local authority on this, and I've spoken to Simon Cox, the Sandra as well, who runs the Scarborough. It's kind of like what I live here. If you go to Scarborough, you go to York, you go to James Cook, and really we have to push for, a sort of more or less this kind of thing. I'm trying to make my... We have to push for this kind of thing because, our mental health services are poor, beyond belief. And as I said, you can't get stroke consultants. So if you have a stroke tonight, but you don't, you'll end up having to go to York or James Cook.
Councillor Jackson?
Just to sort of fill in the boxes and that question 3, obviously there could potentially be efficiency savings, but those are beneficial only if they're then pushed back into frontline services.
So what do you want me to put this then?
So efficiency savings when the savings could be pushed back into frontline services to improve them.
Maybe just bring it back into mental health services and things like that.
So, not robbing people to pay for things, sharing between each other.
Basically, any efficiency savings must be put back into frontline services.
Yeah.
Is everyone happy with that response for question 3? Question 4, what concerns do you have about single CCG for North Yorkshire and how would you like to address them? E.g. using the locality focus.
I think that's it in a nutshell, Chair.
Councillor Coughlin?
Any savings that put back into having more staff?
Frontline services, that's services.
Yes, I know, but there's a situation at the moment where expectant mums are having their scans cancelled. One in particular who said, well, why are you cancelling it again? And said, because we haven't got anybody to do it. So particularly nursing staff, obviously.
So item 4, sorry, question 4, what was the response for that, Councillor Darwin?
I think it is losing the locality focus. I think we're going to be a smaller fish in a bigger pond.
I'll just agree with that. Not to drag out the debate too long, but obviously this issue started many years ago when we were looking at reducing services at Whitby Hospital, and we were all assured we would get services at Scarborough. Now they're reducing them or have reduced them, so it's just moving further and further and further away. There is a big issue within that our residents cannot afford the transport to and from the hospital, which just adds further burdens to them.
Councillor
Somebody would like to speak.
I think that's just Tony has just actually said basically what I was about to say. I guess the mind.
So I've actually put down that losing locality services moving further away with increased transport cost quotations.
That's right. We've already lost cancer services. We've moved on from Scarborough to York. There's not any transport for anybody to get to the hospital. There's begging for people to come forward to take people to hospital as a volunteer. I think it's already been said that we're pushing us further away from the services that we need.
Yeah, that's a good response on the six.
Item 5, we'd like to subscribe to our newsletter and receive updates on measure and receive news, please provide your email address.
Yep.
We get them. Item number 6, any further comments?
I think what Councillor Wilde said.
Yep.
What's that?
What
you said that.
We have concerns there.
Away from all the services that we need.
Yeah.
Problems with transport, with
All the services that we need are being moved away from it.
Councillor Barnett.
Yeah, I just, agree with what Sandra was talking about, and really, we need to, and what those are big concern, actually my own personal experience, is that, we really need to explore avenues of being able to improve the transport facilities and the quality of care, which we're not going to get in Whitby Hospital. That's just going to be palliative care and so on. I know quite a few people who work there. And, we really need to keep our foot on the pedal here with this and say, okay, let's see what we can make of it, in terms of all the things that go with getting decent healthcare. That's all really.
So I just put there, services we need are being moved further away and out of reach of Whitby people. And can I have a little discussion that
Councillor Haskins, Councillor Derry, all in favour of that response? That's unanimous. 7B, request from Whitby Green for in-principle support for application to climate change fund. Councillor Jackson.
Yeah, I'd just like to propose that we do actually support this application. It's part of the work that we've been doing through the town development, looking at bringing together the groups across Whitby and Amanda's, volunteers with Whitby and Blue to do a fantastic job to apply for some additional funding.
Councillor Barnett.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate Amanda Smith and the Climate Action Fund. This is the most important thing that's on the agenda. I do know, for instance, that, the WI and seeing the stuff that students have been doing and so on. We really need to get behind it. And we really need to get, for instance, Whitby as a plastic-free town. And, I've been promoting boomerang bags in one of the local stores. And, recyclable material and so on, right? And I really do congratulate Amanda and her team, the Climate Action Fund, or whatever they, for getting stuck in. And we really need to, as a council, to say, we're going to work towards being a plastic-free town.
We've already made that commitment, Councillor Barnett.
Yeah, I know, but what have we done about it?
Councillor Jackson attends quite a lot of meetings.
Well, okay, good man. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to me later.
Councillor Turner.
just to echo the comments that's already been made, hasn't there, but I think we should offer total support to the Whitby group. They do an outstanding job in the town and to move again in this direction of a really important subject. I think we should be able to do that for important time.
I'll just spend a second on the proposal.
Right.
Not beginning.
So we've got a second there for the proposal. All in favour? All in unanimous. Item number 8, committee recommendations. Council will make any decisions on recommendations arising from the committee. S293/19, approval of payment. Amendment to approve payments on behalf of the council for 17th September 2019. Proposed by Councillor D. Jackson and seconded by Councillor R. Dalrymple, and unanimously recommended that the schedule of payments up to the 17th of September 2019 in the sum of £36,663.67 as taxable due is approved for payment and submitted to council. Councillor Marsden, seconded. Councillor Knox, all in favour? Again? Sorry,
Could I ask a question on this?
yeah.
I know we're just approving the payments, but I just looking through it. We're still getting payments in for Yorkshire Vale. And has everything come in for?
Council's gone on off her ill this afternoon, and I haven't been refunded, and as far as I'm aware, they're up, they are up today, but I don't know how to find out from that to on that one. If you would.
I understand query about the payment to about £10,000, but not that it's got.
Yeah, so I mean, we're doing this about that, whether she's been tonight, but she's got through.
Yeah.
It's whether you approve the payment tonight.
So all in favour of approving the payment? Again? Abstention? One abstention. We've already done item 9. Item number 10, minutes to confirm an accurate record minutes of the following full council meeting and receive minutes of the committee meetings, copy sales and left otherwise stated. On block. Is that proposal for on block, Councillor?
It is.
No, second.
Councillor Knox?
I've got a comment to make about items D and E.
Right, okay. So we can't take them on block because Councillor Knox got questions.
Sorry.
I'm going to approve the asset, this is going to receive and approve the asset, we can't change anything or anything like that.
Okay, I move that we accept A.
I've got a second to accept A. Councillor Jackson, all in favour of accepting A?
Yeah, and then I move that we accept B.
I've got a second there for B. Councillor Knox, all in favour? C.
I move we accept C.
Councillor Knox?
Second.
All in favour? So we could just come on. D. We've got to move it.
I noticed on 29719, the resolution from the Finance and General Purpose Committee was pointed out that the cost of running the toilets has never been added to Whitby Town Council precept, so there was not a double rating issue. That was not the point that was made at the last meeting. The point made was that residents of this town have to pay to use public conveniences here, but no one has to pay to use the new public conveniences in Scarborough, but we are paying for their installation and maintenance. And that is the bit that I think is wrong. That is the double dipping that I think Councillor Cochrane referred to at the last meeting. I'd just like that clarified.
So can you say that again, please? Just that, I'm busy looking at this, but can you just say what, you want some clarification on?
Yeah, it was pointed out that the cost of running the toilets has never been added to WT precept. That was not in question in the proposal I made at the last meeting.
So, Borough Council public convenience in Scarborough store cost of 109,000 and which will be free to use is the unfair burden on which the town council taxpayers who have to pay to use public convenience in which we now have from 2 scab toilets which will be free to all. Therefore, this authority should demand reimbursement in the proportion of which town residents to the total population of the borough. Such money is reimbursed and is deducted from the fee set. Which bit have we not got clear?
The problem we've got is you receive in the minutes as an accurate record from that meeting, not to alter them, unfortunately. It's whether these minutes are correct, interpretation is different, but this is whether this is being reported as a correct record from that meeting, from what happened, not to change anything. I mean, is it worded wrong, or, you know, is it...
The minute is correct. The point I made...
correct, so we can't alter it going back onto a minute that's been done. You have to take that back up with the finance and services agenda. It's whether these minutes, the actual resolution we are doing at the moment is whether these minutes are a correct and accurate record, and that's what we're passing. It's not to... If the wording was wrong on the resolution or anything like that, that's what that's the different issue, that's where we highlight it and we go back to that meeting. But this is what we are actually doing on the agenda item at the moment, whether these are...
At what point then, Madam Mayor, can you take issue with matters that...
At that meeting, when we go back to finance and policy, when you go back to finance, policy and general purposes, when they are actually being signed off.
Right.
When you go back to that meeting.
Okay.
Tonight's meeting, all this is to confirm that we were an accurate record and, you know, and to receive the government.
Fine, okay, thank you.
So now we're supposed to receive them as an accurate record of the meeting. Councillor Wilson, Councillor Hampton, all in favour? And item E, town development improvement as these are an accurate record of the meeting. Councillor Fowler, Councillor in favour, Councillor Knock, all in favour? Item number 11, members' reports, receive reports from members nominated to represent council outside bodies. The report with the town hall joint working party meeting held on the 19th of June and the 11th of September. We've all read through those. Not this one.
Sorry, Councillor. Did this come before council that we're going to progress? First I knew about this was that I received this report. This report already had an submission put in by the town council to get a grant funding for the development.
It has been.
So when did it go through council?
Councillor Knock, can you remember when it went through for council? Oh, you put your hands up, sorry. Councillor Wells.
What is the working party, what is the children on that
No, I know.
People put the plan forward for... Yes.
So it has been passed by council?
Oh, yes,
It has been passed at the annual meeting, yes.
And people were nominated to go forward to the independent meeting after.
Because this is the second meeting since the elections this year.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that. That's the minutes now, okay? I haven't realised that we've agreed to proceed with the taking of the town hall. That was my basis. I'm just asking when is that agreed? Other than that, my concern is that we're going ahead by working party that's a grant that the full council didn't know about.
It has been, sorry, Councillor Hampton.
Maybe full council does need a review report on ongoing matters regarding grants in the town hall, because we do have new members since the start of this all off as well. So maybe we should ask through the clerk to see if there is a report of what we where what's that.
But as from sorry, Councillor Taylor.
Can I just ask for clarification on that? I appreciate that Sarah's funding is quite well to maintain the upgrading town hall, which obviously we're all aware of is a much-used building of the townspeople. Will any of these perhaps be going out to public consultation? I presume there will be. There will be on
Councillor Fogarty.
I remember when John Freeman was mayor, there was a lot going on about the town hall. We were desperate to see the build, the clock was repaired, and the roof was sorted, and just been going on since then.
A decision has been made at full council that we will pursue, but I will come
You
to
found out.
If you read on here, it says actions and next steps. It's not
Yes.
take the project
I
to
appreciate that. I was just asking when has full council agreed to proceed with it? That's all I'm asking.
that
And
question.
I'm happy to have that related to it later date.
Councillor Jackson.
Just sort of, I suppose, build up on that meeting that we had. This is about a feasibility study and about supporting the raising the funds and the application for a grant to do the feasibility study to look at what it could look like. And once that feasibility is done, then it's going to come back for greater discussion about is it feasible, is it going to continue, and this is then sort of putting in motion what the council has talked about.
Sorry, I fully understand that. I was just asking when can we start to do
I've
it?
made a note that when the town council agrees to proceed with the
I'm not saying to go back and because
Can we have nominate and second to receive that information? Councillor Jackson, Councillor Hass, and all in favour. I consulted my manager and I said the council will try to find the first, second, third, 15, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2019. Can we receive those?
6.5.
Councillor Wilson and Councillor Foster, all in favour of receiving